The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Brooklyn Nets with a Game 3 opportunity to dig themselves out of a 2-0 hole. They will need to bring all they can muster against the Bucks. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
We are set for Game 3 in this Eastern Conference Round 1 contest. It's been a lopsided 2-0 series, but that might change tonight. Hi, folks. This is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Berry. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. And check out Brooklyn's opening lineup. Anthony is out there with James. Jacobs Alexander and Gilmore at center.
And we got a special guest in the building.
Kobe Bryant is out there with Derrick Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Jackson. Come on with it. Come on with it. Oh, man, my little cousin Solo, man, took it from me, man, beat me up, him and his whole little MFT squad. But, man, bro, we about to double back, though, this Sunday at MetLife. You know what I mean? It's SummerSlam, baby. We live and direct. I'm from the West Coast, but, baby, the East Coast will show me more love than anything. You know what I mean?
So you get it back? You get it back this week?
Oh, man, I'm about to get it back. That's why I got all red on, baby. We about to get it back in blood. You feel me? Hello. Let's start. I like to start from the beginning. Let's start with your journey. Like, how did you get into wrestling? What made you say, I want to be a wrestler? Man, you know what? Somewhat similar to Charlamagne Big Brother story. You know what I mean? It just took me one time to go to jail, bro. That was it. I was 18, and I had my kids, and I was locked down. You know, even before that, as a juvenile, man, you know, just rough at it, man, going to juvie all night. But you know, it's different. It's when you turn 18, man, you know, you don't get no passes, man. They send right up straight to that thing. So being locked down, man, it was weird. You know, on the toilet with 12 other different spaces, you know what I mean? So then I had a double back, but I was sitting in the cell, man, and putting through the channels, you know, like that little TV, who come home, man. Big cousins of so, I mean, sorry, man, if I get emotional, because, you know, like, it really doubled back and changed my life. So, when I seen him, it was like, man, this ain't it. This ain't the play. You know, I believe he said something too, you know, it ain't how you start, man, it's how you finish. You know what I mean? And, man, be a product of the environment, you know what I mean? You can't let the environment double back on you. So, man, I just got out, and then I switched everything. Shout out to my wife, you know what I mean? So I had 2 kids, and man, I got 7 kids altogether, but I had 3 kids at the time, and I named my 2 of my kids when I was in jail. And man, it just wasn't a good look, you know? And shout out to my wife, though, man, one of the real things, man, you know, if you locked down and you don't got nobody on the outside, you ain't getting no commissary, you know what I mean? But the time ain't coming by quick, so, man, I had you know what I mean? You know, and they don't answer the call, you know, but you see a lot of cats on the phone, bro. They going bad on the phone, you know, thank God, so, you know, I had my girl go there. But, man, she took care of me, though. And it was like, how's this woman taking care of me? I'm in jail when I'm supposed to be the man stepping up and taking care of my business, you know what I mean? So, man, I got out, got locked down, see my buddies on TV, made my mind up, you know. But then when I got out, you know, okay, I'm from California, Northern California to be exact, you know, just to lace y'all up. SoCal way different than North Cal, but if you don't know, it's all one, though. Man, my wife pulled up, not even knowing, she came up north, came and got me, and said, break up me and my kids, then we're going to hop up in the roof, you know what I mean? We're going to move down there. My uncle Rikishi, who was Solo's father, which is my dad's older brother. My father's a ton of kids, Santa Cruz. My uncle Rikishi, Gabriel, and my uncle William they had a wrestling school called Nashhh, which is still here, you know. Me and Solo, y'all came out of there, you know. But they was in SoCal, my wife lived in SoCal, so man, it was God's timing. So by the time I came down there, man, I just got to work, man. You know what I mean? But first, you know, before all that, man, you come there, bro, we was down for $60. You know what I mean? Man, we just trying to get through that shit. No one our people on no shit. Come on with it. But man, we ended up going back and I started training and man, we was here, you know, we start training to actually get into your first.
That's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game.
I was training for about a month. You know what I mean? Mind you, I was the last cousin out of everybody. You know, because before me, there was 4 other of my cousins. You know, my uncle and them put everybody's time up in there. So, yeah, so by the time I came in, I was looked at it all. They was like, oh, hell no, we don't want him. You know what I mean? So, but man, I took a chance. My trainer gave us shit in the ring. So my uncles and them, man, y'all handcuffed this dude to the ring. You know, I didn't know he seen me messing around in the ring and all that. You know, I thank God I had to tell him, you know. Shout out to all my other family members that tried it. They didn't make it though, you know what I mean? But it's all love though, you know, man. I was just blessed just to have the gift though, you know what I mean? So, you didn't want to be a wrestler? No, not at all. I was trying to be a wrestler. Yeah, I mean, you being your father and your uncle into the wrestler. Yeah, what, it's somewhere, I mean, you know, going tomorrow and probably, you know, but either one way or another, it's all like that. But no, none of us did. My Roman Reigns, we told none of us knew the wrestler. I mean, we was always told to do this rap. So when we was always just trying to play football, make our own thing, and, you know what I mean? It never worked out. It always came back to wrestling. And I say this all the time. Professional wrestling saved my life. I say this all the time, man. Professional wrestling, I love it because it brings different cultures, different backgrounds. I mean, eventually we all here right now, you know what I mean? So, man, just thank God, man. It's all about time. We walk out into that arena. How much of that moment is about putting something to yourself or putting something to the world that matters. Man, you know what? Man, when I walk out, I swear, I give God the glory. I know people, you know, they don't want to pray, but man, I give God the glory before I walk out. And then it's crazy to hear the whole stadium chanting. You know, Jacob Fatu is my real name. You know, and it is Fatu is solo, it's our real name, you know. So it's mind-blowing to hear them, you know, coming from being in the jail, Fatu getting released to, you know, the whole stadium getting Fatu now. Man, it means a lot, not only that. My kids are, half of my kids are old enough to where they recognize it, you know, and man, I'm just trying to do the right thing for them, man. At the end of the day, I'm just going to get my family set up. You know, God forbid anything happens, and man, I'm just moving forward, man. It's all about my kids.
For hair loss, it's already keeps a secret. Because keeps helps you keep your hair by keeping up with hair keeping science. Whether you keep it simple with a daily keeps pill, or keep it growing with a cool keeps routine. There's a personalized keep blend that keeps you. Keep your hair that keeps up.
Live from New York, it's the show that's getting right to the news. This is a Power Back show, and we're locked in.
I'm sorry, Mike's crazy.
No, I know.
I'm interested in following, like, you know, golf and trajectory. Last week, Mike said point blank, he didn't want to be a cowboy anymore. Jumped straight to the trade demand. He didn't even delete Instagram pictures. Just right to the trade demand. Because Micah was here today. And the outfit that my old soccer coach used to wear, to get the sweat out. And he has his jersey on underneath that. Make your reaction to the trade demand because one of your buddies was having and Jerry's response. Is this true? Well, I want to talk about Jerry's response first. The entire, if you can call it a press conference, I know it wasn't really press gathering, it was kind of surreal. And even by Jerry's standards. Now, I don't always, you know, sometimes we play sound on the show, and I don't watch the entire 12-minute, you know, press, because, to be honest, I know Bron's going to do it. It was just going to do it. I love it. Yeah, you don't. On TV, you don't have to do it. Sometimes live is hearing the sound for the first time as we're playing. But Bron is full context. And this one, I wanted to see the full thing, because there were some quotes that I had read about where he's like, sometimes it's like when you go to your mom and she says no, and if you go to your dad, and I was like, well, that might be really disrespectful to Micah. But then when I heard it, I was like, wait, I think in this analogy, Micah and his agent are the mom and the dad, and Jerry is the child. It was bizarre. The whole thing was bizarre. But what is very, very interesting to me is two things. One of which is Jerry feels like they have an agreement and he wants to stick to it. And I think that is a unethical way to do this. And I heard what Coach was saying Friday when he said, you know, sometimes you do want to get with the player one-on-one and talk it out, whatever it is. And I think that's totally fine. What I do not think is right is if a player does not think we are going to be talking about numbers and a contract, and then it comes up and he engages, to then be like, all right, shut on it, You know what I mean? Like you and I said, deal, because that is not Micah's expertise, and it is, whether it's actually Jerry's expertise or not, it's something he has done for years and years, and he loves doing it. My other big takeaway is this: Jerry wants to be the star of this negotiation. He made that very clear in this. He was like, he said, to paraphrase him, he's like, you're not dealing with the Dallas Cowboys on this deal. You're dealing with me. He's like, on the big ones, you deal with me. And so I think ultimately it gets done. I don't think Micah gets traded. I do think Jerry ends up caving. But I also think, because he once again, early in this press conference, said they weren't as loud for Micah as they were for Steve. He keeps open. And he keeps to me insulting the guy while being like, I love Micah. And so I think even if it gets done, I think they damage the relationship significantly.
Well, as far as and welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Such a great way to silence hostile fans who want the up and down pace that gets them amped up. Instead, everyone's just standing around watching the free throw.
Russell Westbrook out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Banchero. And it's Gervin in at the 3. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Here's Anthony. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
You know how many times
I do think Michael's frustrated. I think he's upset. I think he's bothered by the way Jerry's going about his business. But when he gets that $200 million plus contract and signs it, I think everything looks good. I mean, he's just making with some players and Jerry, I ain't like the way he did that. I mean, overall, I still think a lot of stuff. Remember, we saw what was wrong when everything was over. But they never said bad things to me. No, it wasn't like this. It was not this bad. It was not this bad. But I just think that, remember when Dak said a year ago, we don't really pay attention to what Jerry did. I mean, that's kind of, you can take that to be a real integral. So I just think it'll be fine. I agree with you, probably saw me say Friday. I think it's underrated to negotiate the players. Now, do I think they sat down and really talked hard about the contract? No. But I think if Jerry is some conversation and Jerry's like, how's $40 million a year sound? And Mike is like, sounds good to me. You know, something like that. And Jerry's thinking they got a deal. Jerry would probably tell you that nothing is a deal until it's written signed. And so why is he expecting this from Mike? And I don't know what, agents sometimes have problems with teams. I don't know if Jerry has an issue with his agent or what. He's one of the most powerful agents in the NFL. So I don't get that. But at the end of the day, as I just said about the $2 million contract, this will get done. I do not think Mike is going to be traded. There's not a vibrant team that thinks he's going to be traded. I do think, like I said, I think he's serious. I think there's a part of him that's sick of it, and sure, he's ready. It would move on if it comes to that. I don't think he's like, I don't want to play for this team at all. Otherwise, why would you be there? Even if it was costing $50,000 a day. If I was really serious as a guy in the receiving report, he's severing ties with the organization. If you're severing ties, I'm not in it. I'm not in practice. I get it. It's costing me some money, but I'm done with you.
Real quick, this is the jumper from the decision before training camp. Because if he were to do that now, it's not 58 hours. Remember? That once you report, if you leave, it's no longer 50,000 a day. It's that.
Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And the timeout called here by Doc Rivers. Coach wants to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Bryant, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Rose comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Bryant. And he'll draw a foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And even from where
You
we're
have 5
sitting,
days
you
to
can
come back,
clearly tell
and then you're on ice for the year.
Milwaukee shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts.
You have to go out on the
Both
practice
free
field.
throws good for
No.
Bron.
I mean, I would do. I should
And about 3 minutes played now in the second
Yeah, and I'm fine
Show
with
up,
it.
walk outside and sit down.
Yeah, something like you stay in the inside.
Just in your car.
Yeah, this just doesn't look like
You're going to the next. Other point I give you a reaction from. It seems like you forget that it's been less than a year, and I paid the highest that's been paid in the NFL for Dak, and I paid a big price for if he was second. Anybody that says I'm not interested in financially rewarding my players hasn't been looking at you. So you expect him to be number one over everybody. Yeah, no, I do. I don't know that it's going to be 45, but I think it's going to be number one. But I also, there's something else Jerry kept saying that I take major issue with, which is he kept saying Mike is already under contract. He is a player under contract. And I feel incredibly different about players after during their second contract negotiating for a third, a la Trey Hendrickson or a la the Chris Jones deal, whatever it was. There you go, got Trey Hendrickson in the show. Versus a rookie extension. Because the contract Micah is currently under, he was not able to negotiate, he was not able to barter on, and he has played out the entirety of his 4-year rookie contract. If he were a second-round pick, not a first-round pick, he'd be a free agent right now or a franchise tag. There's a 5th-year option, which again, he has no say in, which was put in place for 2 reasons. One is to give teams primarily a little more than the advantage. Well, no, I mean, yes, the advantage, but the real reason for it was for borderline guys. Homegrown guys who shown flashes of top-level. Yeah, some top-level, dealt with it, guys with a question mark to keep them. In the 5th-year option was not put into place, so instant superstars could be held hostage by the team under market, which is why you're seeing every other star from the draft class has gotten paid already. And so, like, I understand the frustration from the team. If a guy negotiates for a second contract at $20 million a year and 2 years in, it's like, damn, should have gotten 25, I want more. That's not this. Micah did not negotiate the deal he's on right now. It's rookie contract, it's slotted, there's nothing you can do about it, and he deserves to be paid higher. He certainly deserves to be paid. I agree. We see great contracts when they're not forcing all the time. That said, this is where Jerry and the Cowboys and the owners in general have all the leverage. Because he theoretically could let Micah bid on his contract and play. Maybe Micah may get injured and not whatever, but play out this contract and then franchise him. A year or 2. And the franchise, do have all the leverage. We're talking about Micah making $40 million a year. He's making 24 this year, and the franchise tag next year would not be much more. So it would be, like you said, it would be punitive, like very punitive compared to where the actual top of the market. Next CD signed in late August, August 26th, Dak signed September 8th. The idea that we're going to go a few weeks in this training camp that is valuable, you think you're in the meeting. It can come out right against the Eagles. It's going to be. And the second one comes out rusty. Oh, sorry. I saw that's it. It's like, oh, why wasn't he a factor against Jalen Hurts? Well, because you don't make drops, one. And 2, it's because you didn't get the deal done, so he's been just hanging out outside. And rusty is not the biggest concern. The biggest concern is the soft tissue. For guys who, you know, we're not saying anything with great impacts and stuff. The guys that, don't worry, it's not Anderson. No contract yet for Micah, but new contract for Luka. He signed his 3-year, $165 million contract. Wasn't great, your reaction. So I like, when the season ended, I said on this show that I think Luka's 95% to sign an extension with the Lakers this summer. Once they let Dwayne Smith walk, I said, I think it was on this show, I think I was saying on the podcast. I was like, I still got it, but I'm down to 75, 85. I thought that there was a chance that Luka might say, let's just see how, you know what I mean? Let's just see how this plays out. You didn't feel that way, bro. You never thought there was any chance he wasn't signing the extension. So this probably felt like bigger news for me than for you, because you felt it was a fait accompli, and I thought it was very likely but not definitive.
Thanks for tuning in.
What it does mean, though, for the Lakers, but no matter what, the Lakers were going to have Luka next year. That would be whether he signed or not. But it now means they are fully set for the next 3 seasons, because he's locked in for 3 years, and then he can sign the first ever $1 million a game contract in the NBA. And it's actually, it will be a 4-year with an average of $83 million a year. 4 years, $417 million. So that gives them a runway with the guy who I believe each of the next 3 years will be a consensus top 5 player, and at any given year could be the favorite for league MVP, as he has been many times, even though he's number 1.
Here's Rose.
The fantastic form. It's fantastic.
Now here's Hill.
With 4 different topping companies.
Screen on Anthony.
So there's something for the whole team. Get a fantastic corn-on pizza, only $7.99. Little Caesar. Pizza.
Hey, puts up a 3.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just look. They're the Lakers.
James with it.
Like when he was traded, I get it, he was upset, and he isn't from America. But he has followed basketball. He does know, they had Kobe Bryant when he was growing up watching basketball, so he knows how great the Lakers are. I get he was upset when he was traded. He had to adjust. It's a much different city. It's a different type of city than Dallas, so I get all that. But there was no doubt in my mind. Like, you don't, I know Dwight Howard did it, but Dwight did, you don't walk away from the Lakers. Like, this is a perfect situation for him. I don't know what more you would want, unless it was just something where he's not from America, he doesn't like a huge city, maybe something like that, but I didn't feel like that was an issue. So, yeah, this is not surprising. Nick, I love the fact that he said, I think we have enough to win it all. You're gonna like right. Now, whether they do or not, I do think they're in that top tier. I think OKC, Houston, Denver, Minnesota, the Lakers. And I put them right in that group. Whether you think they have enough or not, if you're Luka Doncic and you say, and I think you're being even like top 5 the next 3, he should be, if he's in shape, then you feel like he's top 3
well, I feel like
4.
at this point,
I think we have
to say 4 because Shea's there.
Right.
Shea, Giannis, Joker, Luka should be the 4 best players in the league.
But Luka does more than Ant's better defender. But if Luka Doncic has LeBron James playing at an All NBA level, and of course that has to happen with LeBron's age, you've got a center who, for all his issues, is still 16 points and 10 rebounds a game for his career. All right, you don't just sleepwalk into 16 and 10.
No, but you do. Yeah, sometimes, despite 16 and 10, teams can't wait to get rid of it.
That's fine, but I think Luka helped recruit DeAndre. Yeah. He's going to be good. He's going to be on the end of a lot of those lobs from Luka. Then you've got another 20-point scorer in Austin Reeves. Now, he recruited Marcus Smart. We'll see what Marcus Smart can do at this stage of his career. But if he's healthy, I think he can contribute. Rui Hachimura, who's become like a really good three-point shooter, I think he's going to shoot more threes going forward. He's been 41% like last 2 years from 3. So I think they've got a nice squad. And if Luka didn't feel like they had enough or even say it, then I would be like, are you all I think you are? I don't like, right? She should believe that.
So you said the other day when we were talking about LeBron, that you feel LeBron used to feel like I can do it with anybody.
When he had Delonte West and Mo Williams and those guys, and he was like, man, we got a squad. Like, he really believed they could win the championship, which I love. That's what I want.
So and when we were talking about LeBron, you said he went from that mentality to I need to have the perfect team around me. And this is a forgiving way to look at it, is how I looked at it. My response is, if you're right, well, yeah, because what LeBron at 25 could do, LeBron at 40 can't. At 40, he does need the better team. I bring that up in this context. If you are in your absolute prime, which Luka is, and you are, in discussion for, is that the best player in the league or second best player in the league, then every single year I feel like we can win.
We can have, and again, they don't have the best route.
Yeah, you should feel like we are at least in, and by the way, to me, the proof of concept, in order for that to be true, you don't need the best Lukas of better than ever Luka. You just need 2024 Luka. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, and I hear that to some degree. I'm expecting
a better one.
Yeah. I'm expecting Luka now.
It's hard to be better than he was his last full year in Dallas.
But think about him. He's more athletic. Defensive court. He's more athletic. He's smarter now. He's big. He's smarter now. He's more experienced now. He's playing with the smart players in LeBron. Clearly, we got mad when I said LeBron deserves some credit for Luka's offseason. But still, and you talk about you don't like getting Luka because you think that Luka's strength. He's lifting weights in the first offseason. Like, he's not going to lose strength. He might be swimming. Man, I'm expecting Luka to fall.
He might be buying people pointing out LeBron FaceTime Luka to congratulate him on the extension, which is nice. But you saw a few photos in this video of all his Lakers teammates here. LeBron is not in this photo. Or this video. There's not really 16 and 5. 16 and 10. 16 and 10. I'm sorry. And then Luka and his friends, the Lakers, went to see the Backstreet Boys out the Sphere. LeBron also went to this. Did not go to this. Understandably so. Can I tell you something? Not by the Lakers. I was invited to this very show, but as you mentioned, I hear it right. No, not that's what I'm saying. Not by the guy. And some of my buddies in Vegas say it's the greatest concert they've ever been to in their lives. What? Is the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere? Whatever it's worth. But like you said, the same reason I couldn't go to the show Friday, I couldn't go to the concert because it was concert. No, I had heard that. Something or nothing.
I think it's no big deal. Austin Reeves wasn't there either.
Right.
You know what I mean? For the record, listen. I think there is an element of twofold as far as LeBron showing up for these things. It is very difficult for LeBron, especially when there's a little bit of, not controversy surrounding him, but, questions that people would want to ask Pelinka or LeBron about LeBron's future with the team. It's very hard for him to show up and not be the story.
Hill with the steal.
And you know what I mean? He was, and also I think LeBron getting in all white and going to Spear from Backstreet Boys probably not really his style either. But and so I think if he had not reached out to Luka, I think it would be something. Because they are clearly friendly, and I assume that they're correct. Like everything's all if he had been radio silence on this, I think that would be something, but I don't think it's a big deal. He didn't show the press.
I think it's nothing. And look, I get that Rich Paul statement after LeBron signed the extension could lead to some questions, which it did. But I think this whole summer has been overblown with LeBron. Like, I never thought he was going anywhere. I don't think I think he'd be open to the right trade, but I don't think he's like, man, I got to get out of here. I think all of that has been overblown. And I think LeBron's in a terrific situation where they have a chance to win.
Second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past.
Mommy.
Inside. Rose, the pass to Malone. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Here's Rose. 5 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Banked it in off the glass. Rose has got 7 points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Nets trail by 3. Anthony outside. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. he converts the layup. Anthony's got his second basket.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Pass to Malone. Here's Hill. And that one is hammered home.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Here's Nashhh, guarded by Rose. And he's made all of his 6 tries at the line in this one. Two shots. That free throw no good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the second free throw is good. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Rose right side. And rejected. Anthony against Rose. Anthony with it. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
You know that block has him and his teammates all pumped up. That is what playoff basketball is all about.
Rose into the lane. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
And if you're the defense, you can't let Rose run all over you because you will be forced to foul.
He's got free throw attempts 4 and 5 here. And that one falls for Rose. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Brooklyn with possession here. Trailing by 4. Here's Nash, guarded by Rose. To the left wing. Here's Gilmore. No points so far. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches it from deep. Rebounded by Gervin.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
And he's going for the lob. Nice catch and finish on the lob.
Saw his teammate with a path to the rim, and boom! Lobbed it up there beautifully.
Very smooth catch and finish. Kept it away. To the middle. Here's Malone. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
That's to Hagan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gilmore. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Substitution on the court.
The Bucks leading by 8. Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
It's impressive how he'll find any advantage he can get. DeRozan is tremendous at putting his man in an awkward position.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Bucks making a change here. Hill's checked in. James is checked in for Brooklyn.
At the line for the Bucks, DeMar DeRozan.
The free throw's off from DeRozan.
What impresses me most about DeRozan is his footwork, especially when he's operating around the mid-range.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Maravich. Got a piece of it. And the Bucks pushing it up now.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And so it's Milwaukee now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And thanks for sticking with us as this round 1 game continues. They've got Kobe Bryant, and it's Gervin in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
Here's James driving inside. Kobe grabs a miss. Milwaukee leading by 14.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Hill. Steps back and fires. Brooklyn pulls it in. James has got 4 rebounds now. Nets trail by 14. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Shot clock at 6. Hits the front of the rim and out. Milwaukee has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. And here's Bryant outside. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Well, the Nets shooting just 38% for this game so far. And they call the